Okay, and so we did those yesterday, and we have two separate triangles, okay, and we really have to solve for all three angles, or Sammy, in your case, the 2 u's and the x, okay? And so we always start with a triangle that has how many angles solved already?
The first one?
The first one, and so the one that has 2 in it, okay, we could solve for. And let me scoot this other screen a little bit closer. You guys know you can put me on your full screen instead of like who's talking. Like if somebody else talks, then it switches screens. Yeah, so if you double click on my screen, it will just keep me on your whole wide screen, okay? Okay, so we always start with this triangle first. And so we have these 2 angles and this unknown angle, okay? And I can...
It's going to be a vertical angle, I can check.
It is, and so I'm going to say 1, 2, and 3 just because, but for you, Sammy, it's going to be to solve for the first u. Okay, so we can set them up as 25 plus 35 plus x equals, or u, Sammy, okay, equals 180. Okay, so I got 25 plus 35, and that's going to give me 60 plus x equals 180.
Then wouldn't we have to minus 60 on both sides?
Yep, then we're going to minus 60 on both sides. And you're going to get x equals 120. Okay, and which one of these angles equals 120?
The top one in the section, the x section.
Yep, so that top one. And so if this one is 120, what does angle 2?
120.
Yep, then this one's got to be 120. Okay, and so now we're ready to solve for angle, the question mark, because, or the x, the actual x, Sammy, because we have 2 angles solved in the other one. So it's going to be 120 plus 33 plus x equals 180. So 120 plus that 33, we're going to combine our like terms to give us 153 plus x equals 180.
And we have to minus 153 on both sides?
Yep. Okay, so it's going to be x equals 27. Okay, so that's a quick refresher from yesterday, okay? So that's what we did yesterday. Now, I want you to take a look at problem number 3.
Oh, number 3? Okay.
And for you, Simi, I think that's going to be example 1.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
It will be example 1.
And Kate, are these still, this is going to be U, X? Is that how?
Yes. So what I did was I did the UU, and then the question mark is X.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so we can look at these, and they kind of look the same as the other ones, okay? We still have 2 triangles. This one and this one. Okay? And so which triangle would we solve for first?
The one with 2 angles.
Yeah, the one with 2 angles, or the blue one, however you want to look at it. Okay, we're still going to solve for that one first.
All right.
Okay, so we could say 45 plus 85 plus, and we could say x, or u, in your case, Sammy, equals 180. And I know some of you guys are going to be tempted to work ahead. Don't on these, because I got to show you something, okay? So, our steps so far are the same, okay? We need to combine like terms, okay? Just like we normally would. Nothing has changed so far from what we've already been doing. Okay, so I'm going to have 130 plus x, or u, in your case, Sammy, 130 plus u, equals 180. Okay?
So far, there's nothing.
There's nothing different so far. Okay, so we're going to say 130 minus 130 on both sides. X equals, and it's going to be 180 minus that 130 is going to give us 50.
So the u would equal 50.
The first u is going to equal 50. Okay? And I got to erase some stuff up here. So we could fill this one in right here as 50. You guys all with me so far?
Yeah.
Okay, so everything's 100% the same so far. Here's the exception. If we look at the other examples of the other type of triangles, the difference was that they were connected and they had a vertical angle. They shared a vertical angle. This one does not. Okay? This one, they are not equal and opposite in the sense of they're pointing directly away from each other. Okay? So we cannot say that u equals u on this one. We can't say that 50 and the other one's going to be 50. Okay? What we can say is that what does a straight line equal?
180.
180. And if we look at this, these two triangles create a straight line. We take this one plus this one plus this one would equal 180. And we've already got two of those. We got a 50 and we got a square in between them, which is 90. Okay, so you're really going to solve all of these 3 times is what's going to happen. So we could say, and I just erased that 50 on accident. So we could say 50 plus 90 plus, and we could say this one, we could call it, I don't know what yours is called, Sammy. It might be a U.
X.
Which one were you asking, Henning?
Which
What it was
one
called?
is this for on hers?
U. That's U as well.
Okay, so maybe, Sammy, look at them like U1 and U2.
Okay.
So the first one that we've solved, 50, was U1. And we can't say that they're both U because the other ones, your U's were the same. They were vertical angles. These ones are not. So you can't say, well, this one is U and this one is U because they're not going to equal the same number. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we got 50 plus 90, and we could say plus U2, okay, or X equals 180. Okay, the process is still going to be the same. So 50 plus 90, we're going to combine our like terms. It's going to give me 140 plus, and Sammy, in your case, U2, X equals 180. And then I need to subtract 140 on both sides.
I will equal 40.
So U2, Sammy, in your case, is going to equal 40. Or this X, this other angle, is going to equal 40.
Okay.
So now if we look at the second triangle, or triangle 2, I now have 3 angles in it, 40, 50, and a question mark. So now we're ready to solve for the question mark. Okay? So we could set this one up as 40 plus 50 plus... and
3 times?
so I'm going to show you guys a little bit of a shortcut way in just a minute, okay? But yes, essentially all of these ones you need to solve for 3 times. Okay, so 40 plus 50 is going to be 90 plus question mark equals 180. Okay, and then we need to subtract 90 on both sides.
I would equal 90.
And it's going to equal 90. Okay, so before you solved kind of 2 times, and Mario, you're totally on track. Yeah, all of these you're going to have to solve for 3 times because we're working with 3 different angles. The first triangle, the triangles touching where they make that straight line, and then the second triangle. Okay?
All right.
And so, Sammy, in your case, you're going to have to solve for 3 separate angles. U1 first, U2, and then X.
This is gonna be
Yes, dear.
totally crazy.
For the middle one, I thought it could be just a connector. just referenced connector.
What do you mean, honey?
Like the 90-degree, like a connector, like it connects the triangles together to make an 180.
It does.
Like how a Lego brick would.
It is a connector, and it is gonna connect them at 180. But the connector's not gonna be the same for all of them.
Yeah.
So, because what if this triangle comes all the way out here? Well, this is not gonna be a 90-degree angle anymore. It could be 30 or something. Okay?
True.
Okay, I'm gonna hop around for just a second, and I want you to look at, let's look at number 8. So, some of you guys, and if you can't do it this way, it's fine. I wanna show you a little bit of a shortcut, so to speak. Okay, because we did this, remember when we did the triangles? Just a regular single triangle, it equals the sum of 180. Okay, so some of you guys on your calculator would just say, and we can look at just this first one,